Welcome to this edition of Nonsense Hammer. It's being introduced by me. I've been given the opportunity and I'm so nervous.
Every time you do this, you're not given the opportunities if I'm the main host. We're both the hosts.
You're the main host because you have more confidence in this than I don't. Today's game is Every Step is Forward, game number 4 in the General's Handbook. If you look at this absolute nonsense of a battlefield, you'll see the weird... our territory is weird sort of L shapes going across, but you have to be 9 inches away from enemy territory, so hence why we've both got things right along the edge.
Yeah, you have a 2-inch bubble behind the... essentially behind those furthest objectives is like a shelf, if you will, and we've managed to squeeze anything under 2 inch
on. So we've done it. So in this game... you moving your... I was like,
no one saw
it.
Professional.
So this one, if you make a charge move, good stuff happens. So if your unit makes a charge move, until the end of that turn, you add 1 to the number of models that each model in that unit counts as for the purposes of contesting objectives. So your thing that counts as 1 becomes a thing that counts as 2.
I really wish I was playing ogres right now.
Yeah, I know, you have good charges. If a unit retreats, until the end of that turn, models in that unit cannot contest objectives. So if you want to contest objectives, don't retreat. If you are low in points as to what they count as for contesting, charge.
I have to call a moment. I need to, just for my clarity, can you measure Bastion's base? There's no way he's 2 inches.
Well, he's behind the line. He was behind the line, he's right on the edge.
I'm calling this out, viewers. Is
2 inches.
I mean, I can't zoom in that good because I'm not.
He's 2 inches.
That's fine. If he's, it looked to me. I was seeing it and being like, I'm sorry. That definitely looks like a hangover.
He's right in the 2 inch bubble. He takes up the entire space.
That's fine.
Thank you, Steve. While you've got the camera, would you like to introduce your army and any hangovers from the Path to Glory stuff we've been doing?
Yep. Cool. Nothing too much boring. Too much cleverness here. We've got the brutes over here with 1 casualty. We've got the War Chanter, the Ard Boys, and the Maw Crusher, who the Maw Crusher and the War Chanter have injury numbers, so he'll start with 1 extra wound dropped, and War Chanter will start with 2. Over in the far corner, we've got both casters of Blind Pew and the Gobsprack. Then we've got a full set of Gut Rippers, thanks to Recuperation, and a Killer Boss with Stab Grot. And then the shelf over here, as I've kind of laid quite a bit of trap, we've got all the Manskewer Bolt Boys, a full set of Brutes, and a Beastskewer Killbow. Don't know why the Beastskewer Killbow would be on that open objective over the open space over there with a direct line of sight to a massive beast. Don't know.
Why is he pointing at your people?
Because he can't
put him the other way.
If he went that way, he would. Anyway, so yes, but also he can still see from his base to another base over there. That would be really useful for me later. Yes. Talk to us. Tell us about the Stormcast.
So in my little quarter, we've got Karazai here, we've got Relictor here, we've got Vindictors here, we've got Annihilators here. These Vindictors. There's only 4 of the boys. They had a casualty as per the Path to Glory rules. So yes, if I use that as the unit to call for aid, I can only call back the 4 of them, not 5. So
yes, because it's replacing an identical copy, isn't it?
Be identical.
And then over in your shelf?
Over here we've got Bastion here. We've got Imperatant behind the skull, so I don't know if you can see him. And we've got the 6 Griffhounds here. Imperatant and Lord Relictor both had a wound that was recuperated. The set of 5 Vindictors had a casualty that was brought back, or a wound that was recuperated. Something happened to both of them.
1 more's back.
1 more's back, so they are all fine. I feel like I'm missing something.
Well, once we've done this, we'll have a quick scan over the list to make sure.
Oh, it's Toot Toot.
Toot Toot, yes.
Toot Toot.
We'll pop him down between now and the end of the next turn.
Well, I can do that while
you do it now.
Yes.
Lovely.
That's Hero Forgotten.
And then you've got your 2 sets of Annihilators, as always, in the Celestial Realm, waiting to come cause buggery.
Realm, waiting to cause buggery.
As always, Emma has won deployment and has her triumph. This Path to Glory is about 4/6 of the way through now. after this game. I'm thinking, I'm asking this as a personal thing, so if you do have interest in this, please do let us know. I have signed up to the local game shop thing of defend your realm or destroy the realm for the beginning of 4th edition, and I need to start getting games in with my ogres, so it might be a case of after game 6 we move from this to another Path to Glory of 1,000 points Ogres v Stormcast, because we've only got 980 points of ogres so far.
Might do something else. We've got what, 2 more games to do.
To
have done the first 6.
Yep.
So that would be, so this is the video for the 15th of May.
Yep.
Sorry, we're still in April at the minute, so haven't you?
Yes.
So the next 2 games would be the 1st and 15th of June.
Yep. Which should, in theory, tie in, if I'm understanding rightly, July is when we're getting 4th edition,
July
I
is when
think.
we're getting 4th edition.
So it might be the Path to Glory is actually the Path to Glory from 4th
we all
edition.
need to learn 4th edition.
Yes.
And what better way to learn it than with a Path to Glory? And I may try Sylvaneth.
Yes, you've got Sylvaneth. I've started to make, literally, I'm going to turn to our awful living room, but
oh no, don't.
Over there is my build pile, and ignore the free boxes of 40k underneath it, but that white pile there, Asaurus Warriors. We're going to have some Seraphon on the board.
Yes. I've got some Kurnoth Hunters with scythes, so I'm going to launch into my plant-based army.
I think you're going to get in the next few weeks, I think you're going to get your, I think we're all getting one, but I think you're going to be seeing specifically your spearhead. If anyone's been looking on websites, there's currently a couple of websites saying the spearhead, the Vanguard box for Sylvaneth are awaiting reprint. And I think the reason they're awaiting reprint is not because they're replacing the box with a new Vanguard, it's that they're the next spearhead we're going to get. But that's me speculating, this is not confirmed. We don't have any ties with GW, yada yada yada. Added bonus to this game, you picked your quest because you finished yours last time. So you've got to finish with units in your territory.
In my territory, because my quest is search for the artifact.
Yep.
The artifact we are searching for is the Hammer of Might.
I am also doing the search for the artifact, but I'm 1 point into it already after the last game.
I'm no points into mine because this is my brand new quest.
I'm also searching for the artifact, and I'm searching for the Armour of Mork because Big Daddy over there needs a 6-up ward and -2 inch on charge on his movement.
So I get 1 quest point for every. Well, we both get a quest point for every friendly unit in our own territory at the end of the game.
And you can spend a glory point to score 1 as well.
Yeah.
So yes, if you have any interest in that, or you'd like to see the next 6 games in the General's Handbook, please do let us know. But July essentially is the opening of where we're going to start looking at new material potentially, rather than just running the next 6 of these games, just because things are running a lot quicker than we're expected. But also I need to get some games in with my ogres, and I don't seem to be playing them at all.
No, I want to play something. I love Stormcast, they are my boys. When the lady with the shining eyes comes out, I'm getting her.
The Ruination Chamber.
Yeah, but I want to go to something a bit different, so we're sticking with Order. Very ordered.
I mean, everything you play is order at the moment.
So,
Sylvaneth, Stormcast.
The orcs are good fun.
That's fine. You can play whatever you like.
Chaos.
I'm already apparently going to be looking at a Stormcast army of my own at some point.
You are, yes. Also, the internet says you should do Caradron Overlords.
No, never.
People have been searching for it.
That was ages ago because we did one Proxy Hammer video. Anyway, so Emma, you have priority.
I have priority.
Who's going first?
You are.
I'm going first. Big Waaagh, turn 1. And we shall be back in a moment to see how that goes.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.
They call me the pilgrim. I've walked the world and seen my share. I swear. They call me the bandit, for he who dares must win. I put them into conflict, sometimes even before they begin. And it's
Hello, and welcome back to Nonsense Hammer. not much nonsense happening today.
No.
We have a schedule today, and I'm trying to play as quickly as possible. I just did the fastest first turn I've ever done. Anyway, so speaking of first turns, let's talk about some fucking glory, shall we?
Yes.
We went for magical dominance, cast a spell, have it unbound, do not have it unbound. I thought it was also don't dispel, or miscast, sorry. So I wasted my one feral dice that I had, or in... what is the actual name?
Oh my god, what are they called?
So primal dice.
Primal dice.
So I use the primal dice to get it done. We normally forget primal dice because there's not a lot of magic.
We don't have a lot of magic, no.
Our games. But, so, let's talk about what happened. Mighty Big Boy called Mighty Destroyers on the unit of Ardboys, the War Chanter, and the Brutes. They came forward. He then used his Fasten trait that I keep forgetting he has, so he could fly across the board. They then... he put Violent Fury on to his Rip to Fist, and then he ran in and destroyed every Griff.
There was a unit of Griff Hounds here, just in front of him, but no, there is not.
I'm going for like a.
Are you just trying to table me? Oh,
pincer. But yes, that happened. Cast Mystic Shield onto Blind Pew over there. I've just realised what T-shirt I'm wearing as I say that.
Oh, what T-shirt are you wearing? It's Blind Pew
Yes.
from the Muppets.
My favourite Muppet, or one of my favourite Muppets. My other one's holding the camera.
Oh, your favourite. Oh, that's cute. What, does Blind Pew appear in any other Muppet?
No, he is only in Muppet Treasure Island because he's playing the character. I believe the character in the actual novel
is Blind
is
Pew.
called Blind Pew.
What is that Muppet actually called?
His name is Blind Pew.
No, I think he... Oh, I
no,
thought
that
he had
Muppet is actually called Blind Pew.
Okay, right, fine.
Anyway. Either way, so the Muppet is apparently also my general.
This guy here, Smoke Joe, Blind Pew.
Blind Pew. I got Arcane Bolt and summoned the Cheese by Gobsprack. It's launched forward, trying to kind of like a bubble of don't land here, you bitch.
Basically, like you have actually, so your territory is, if you can see my finger, like across and then up and down. And what you have done is just taken over like 3/4 of the board.
I've tried to shoot at Karazai with the Beastgear Killbow. For some reason, the Beastgear Killbow does not know how to kill a beast.
Did 4 wounds.
That wasn't him. That was the.
Was that not that?
Yep.
Oh.
That was 2 shots from the Bolt Boys coming in. The Brutes just stepped forward onto the objective to make sure that we had a towed objective there. The Bolt Boys stayed where they were. Everyone else stayed where they are to kind of make that shielding. And that has been the turn. With 1-2 more in tactics scored.
Yes.
Big Boy's got his first kill on the table, so he's able to start to move up his wounds and his fun. And he's got sight of the person that causes his problems just next to him here for the 7-inch landing rather than the 9-inch landing. And I will be dealing with that shortly. Anyway, that's my turn. Nothing else much to report.
You destroyed 3 of my 4 Vindictors.
Yep, shot them with
These
the
guys
Romantic
here.
Buzz.
Battle Shock, the other one ran away, so it immediately used Call for Aid to bring them back. So that's done now. I can't do that again. And yes, I had an extra point on Imperatant, which I've lost because it's the end of the game. Relictor used his optimal focus to do it. Call for 8, and that is where we are. It is now my turn.
Yeah, Stormcast turn 1. Let's see how you respond to this, shall we?
Bye.
Always a little further we go, and it's always a little more than most. So if you need a hand, just call out my name. Always a little further we go. They call me a soldier. I've been I often know.
That was Stormcast turn 1. Tactic I chose was led into the maelstrom, so one or more hero has to do a charge and at least one of them has to end up within 3 inches of an enemy at the end of the turn. So the Vindictors over there charged into your boys.
Brutes, not boys.
Brutes. I was just calling them boys as in your guys.
It's alright because you've got to remember that these are actually called Ard boys.
They charged into your brutes.
Yes, thank you. Or Rook brutes if you want to be really fair.
And because of the rules of the game, because they did a charge, each model gets to add 1 to its contesting objectives number. So instead of being a 1 person, they become a 2 person.
I didn't do that. I didn't move the cheese.
You didn't move the cheese?
I'll do that as a free action at the beginning of the game. Shush.
Over here, we had 3 Annihilators land from the heavens. Boom. They did a little bit of damage to him, but not very much at all. Until they swarmed in and did 3 damage to him, which still wasn't very much. So they charged because they're battle line. And Imperator charged, who is a hero, and is still alive.
Yeah, both of them survived.
So all of my things that charged are alive, so that is a tactic. Things moved here to take an objective here, and then because of the +1 to models contesting objectives, blah, 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 I have taken control of that one because I've got 6 to Steve's 3. And that was Stormcast turn 1.
Yeah, so it's now currently scoring at 5-4 in Big Waaagh.
Big Waaagh.
Now we need to find out who's going turn 2, as I remember to roll the dice. I also get a 2, so I went first, so I get to decide. I don't want to give you a double turn, so I will continue to go first now. So it will be Big Waaagh turn 2 in a moment. I will just, because you'll see it, I'm going to move the cheese before taking any of my turn. It's not going to affect anyone because it's nowhere near anything, but then that mean we'll have usage for it later. Anyway, back in a moment.
Compromise. A terrible force is what I breathe, and it's always a little further we go. And it's always a little more than most. But if you need a hand, just call out my name. Always a little further we go. And it's always a little further we go. And it's always much more than most. But if you need a hand, just call out my name. It's always a little further we go.
Hello, and welcome back to Big Waaagh turn 2. Otherwise known as the Cooking. Because this is the Highlander game, apparently.
So cross with this turn, it's rubbish.
And like the Highlander, there has been a kind of magic. I am sorry for the jokes. I did one thing, I'm going to nick a dice if that's okay.
I'm Egyptian.
Shit. They should take a D3 mortals. They take one for 1. I will put that onto the Ard boys because they have moved around the deadly terrain. Apologies. I don't think I rolled that earlier, so I just wanted to make sure I did that there.
We so rarely concentrate on terrain.
I always follow that terrain, thank you. But as everyone who plays Age of Sigmar knows, the only one you're really looking for is if you have wizards, where's your arcane, if you have priests, where's your mystical, and where do I have to avoid deadly? Because nothing else matters.
Inspiring's always good.
Nah. Anyway.
But I never take it into account. You know when I'm doing Battle Shock and stuff, they could have all been next to an inspiring one, which would give them +1 to their bravery, and I'd still be like, oh, you failed.
Yes, so, turn 2, I took the that's our turf now as a tactic, so have 2 Iron Jaw units within 3 inches of the centre of the board by the end of the turn. Look at the little shield wall and the Violent Fury Man himself.
As a big cheese.
And the cheese is heading forward
View
as
from
well.
the cheese.
The cheese has been rolling really badly this last
it has.
2 turns, so I'm really tired of it at the moment, but I'm sure it will do something useful in the next round.
Kind of makes my skin crawl, the cheese. There's something about the model I don't like.
I prefer it to the Nurgle models where I get like tryptophobia sort of thing.
Yeah, this isn't quite trypophobia, but it's it's something about it creeps me out.
I'm also very, like, apologies to be, like, self-aggrandising and stuff like that, but I'm quite proud of how I painted that model. That's the
I think it's really good. I like the colours. Look, it's on fire. It's a flaming cheese.
It's one of the first models I tried dry brushing on.
Is that the colour scheme for it?
I can't remember off the top of my head, but essentially it's just a... it's Avalon's son as a... No, it's... it's
yellow.
It's a Flash Gits yellow, I think it is, and then it's got a Troll Slayer orange over the top, and then it comes through to a Waaagh red.
Oh, okay.
I believe, and then it's just got some Rackar flesh for the teeth.
Okay.
All over.
Every time you shift slightly that way, we see the full logo because you kind of weave. Most of the time, it just says "mer," and then we see the full thing when you move.
But yes, it was just one of the first times, because this army was something I've started since the beginning of learning Age of Sigmar, so it's kind of like you could see my advancement through painting and stuff as well, which is quite nice.
Yes.
Same for your Stormcast.
Yes.
If you painted anything since the first time you brought the army. What? You know you haven't been painting since the first time you bought this army. Don't give me that dirty look.
Karazai was the most recent thing I painted, I think.
It is. I will give you that.
Yeah.
And what a model. Well done, Karazai. Anyway.
I like the underside of his wings. They're blue.
So yes, that was Big Waaagh turn 2.
Let's talk about the turn.
I took Caesar Centre, essentially. But that's our turf now.
That's our turf.
So get 2 points for that. I've got more objectives because of shooting, taking out those Vindictors over there.
Yeah.
And the R-Boys have kept that over there.
Yeah.
And the Maw-Crusher decided to delete both of the Imperator and the Annihilators.
Yeah.
So I now have less of a problem when it comes to the landing of the final unit.
He is on...
He's on
12 wounds.
Yeah.
He needs 11 more to die at the minute.
because he's killed 3 models, so therefore he's currently on 21
We
wounds.
need to take him down before he does some serious damage.
Finest Hour over here allowed him to get a good slap through things, but then again, when he had 9 attacks into the 1 Annihilator and then the 7 attacks into the Imperatant, even with the Imperatant's Finest Hour, it was a bit of a slog. But yes, again, we've got Mystic Shield over in the corner to keep Blind Pew safe. We've got Gobsprak with Arcane Bolt for anything that comes and lands near us in the next few turns.
I don't think I'm going to have a hope of winning this term.
I apologise. The no-nonsense of this nonsense hammer has meant that I am playing it's
become a very no-nonsense game.
Very punchy. And I'm also aware that I was trying to get this finished in a quick... I'm like, right, get the game done.
We don't need to worry about.
Oh, no, I know.
Well, my phone just lit up.
That's because I touched it to check
the
the time.
That's fine, okay.
I was just checking the time because I was like, cool, we need to get this.
Yes.
So my brain is in like a...
Go, just play, win, kill.
Rather than it being, let's have fun, I'm like, right, 2 hours, I've got less than that. Anyway, 1-2 more tactic. Not a lot else happened. 14 points on the Waaagh at the moment, so we're 2 points away from +1 to hit, and we're 6 points away from +1 to wound. Unfortunately, I'm at the end of my second turn and not with the +1 to hit that I needed, but also I've been quite lucky in my placement at the moment that nothing has really got into combat apart from the Maw-Crusher and those brutes over there, which have survived quite well.
How many do you start off with in a unit?
5 in that.
So they have done really well then.
So yeah, they've lost 2 from your Vindictors.
So your kill bow isn't really killing things.
No, I'm going for straight with the kill bow. It's so it has 2.
It's usually better.
It's sucked for this entire campaign, if you will. It's sucked. You get 2 free Ren 2, and it's 1
the camera
attack.
just went to the door while I was just adjusting my hand.
2 free Ren 2 for your aim shot if you haven't moved, and it's 24 inches, so you can kind of just sit on a plate ace and just launch.
Yeah.
But that, again, you're waiting for that 2 free, and then when the Ren 2 doesn't go through something like Karazai, it's just... But also if he moves, he gets hasty shot, like with the other ones, which is 4 free Ren 2, and it's still 1 shot. But also the damage is then, it's that high risk, high reward, because the damage is you can roll up to 12 d6. No, you roll a number of d6 equal to the wounds characteristic of the monster or the creature that you're attacking. You then do each 5 up to the mortal +2, and you can do a maximum of 12 wounds on attack. And you want that 6 every time.
You do want that 6.
Because venom-encrusted weapons. Anyway, that has been my turn. There's not much else to report.
Nope.
We're keeping that bubble over there to keep them safe away from the Annihilators, but I'm aware that things are starting to push out this way, so it's going to start having problems, and Bastion is moving.
Bastion is moving, and Bastion gets to dong shot next time.
He does. So we'll see what happens in
Bastion's doing damage to your bird from a distance.
Yes. We'll see what happens in Stormcast turn 2.
Yes.
Back in a moment.
Tell me what you're trying to find. What is it you wanna hear? Must be something on your mind, girl. Try spell it out and make it clear. Put pen to paper, it's a good enough start. Say what's always needed to be said. Speak your heart. If you don't try now, you'll wind up dead. You think it's bad now, but wait till he's home. He's an angel in public, but thank God when you're alone. Cracked by Tarantino. Another night sleeping alone. Is it love or is it just fear that keeps you from fleeing home?
This game is hideous. Okay, so my tactic was surround and destroy. No, it wasn't. That was a lie. My tactic was... Yes,
Intimidate.
It was. Intimidate. Have more things out of my territory than in my territory. So, we've got a set of Annihilators that landed from the heavens. Which their Toot Toot here did an at the double, which meant he couldn't shoot, but also it got him out of the territory. These are fully out of the territory. Relictor over here decided to charge and be a bit mental. He's out of the territory. And Karazai, under your arm, is also wholly out of the territory. Karazai killed some stuff, took an objective. Bastion tried to kill your cabbage.
Yeah, there was
failed. Bastion died.
I don't know how much of it comes across, but there was a massive conversation about scoring in the middle of this one.
I did not think I was going to get this tactic because stuff couldn't move far enough. We had a big discussion about if my Annihilators here manage to charge in and Bastion charges in, the two things combined will kill your cabbage, and then I'll take an objective, so let's go for objectives over tactics. But then they didn't charge, they failed it. Bastion charged in, but Bastion died and didn't do any damage to him, or he did one or something stupid. So that didn't work there. So you still are on the board and you still have this objective. So, yeah, I got 4 points at the end of it for 2 objectives and a tactic. So the scores at the minute are 10-8 in favour of the Orcs.
Yes, I need to remove my little dead boy because somehow they managed to survive.
Yes.
Don't know how the God's name that happened, but either way.
I don't know.
Yeah. We now come to round 3.
Round 3.
Shall we roll and see who's going? Whoops, that's a 1.
That's a 2.
Oh, we do. That's awful. Go on.
I'm going first.
You're going first. You're going to double turn me.
I'm going to double turn you.
No, it makes sense. Yeah, just to explain what happened. Emma was getting very frustrated with the idea of she couldn't get her Intimidate.
This was just a lot of strategy talk at the start of this turn, and
it's something that we always...
You're playing with, like, brutal efficiency today, which I'm not used to and I don't like. Because normally it's like playing with a flower and you're just like...
I'm basically spoilers, it's the flower from Undertale.
Yeah.
Skipping now.
and then gets murderous. But usually you're like just doing funny things with your orcs. And I think because we're on a time limit today because of plans this afternoon, you're like, right, get in, kill, fuck them.
I said this off camera, but I set myself the tactic of the quest of not being salty this game.
Yeah.
I think it's that thing of, well, if I'm not going to be salty, I've got to play them to the best of their ability to make sure I'm not salty about anything.
Exactly that.
Yes.
So, we're going to see what happens. I don't know what my tactic is yet, but I'll pick it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, just for explanation, Emma was struggling to get things out of the thing, and we started to get into a conversation of essentially if she killed Big Boy over there and had Annihilators and Bastion go into him, he had 11
wounds to
kill him.
Die.
Yes, and unfortunately bad rolls meant that it never happened, but also it was possible with 16 maximum damage from Bastion if the Annihilators had landing damage and charging damage and attacks.
Bad rolls just over there, wasn't it?
Yeah. So I think also if you're watching this and I'm by no means an expert, please go to someone like Onwards AOS or Vanguard Tactics if you're into that sort of thing. The Vanguard Tactics are more going to see 40k. But either way, like if you're going to learn those things, there is that thing of essentially don't waste your entire turn trying to get those 2 points if you can get the 3 points for the 1, 2 and more.
Yeah.
But
Which I couldn't do from what I had.
But then you got 4 points.
Yeah.
So you got 1, 2 and tactic rather than 1, 2 and more.
So yeah.
So you've got the optimal scoring for what you could do.
Yes.
Anyway.
Perfect.
Back in a moment for Stormcast turn 3.
Yes.
Bye!
It's bad now, but there's a lot at the end. Well, karma can be caustic as well as your best friend. It's time to flee. You better get out soon. It's time to run. You better get out soon. It's time to flee. Tell me what you're trying to find. What is it you want to hear?
I got my first 5 points of the game. So things moved, things fought. These fuckers did nothing! And I'm so cross that they've not done anything yet. But basically, the tactic was surround and destroy, have 3 things on 3 separate edges, and at least 2 have to be wholly outside my territory. 1 inside my territory. 1 outside my territory because he retreated. Another 1 outside my territory because he retreated, which meant they couldn't fight. But it did it. And then also managed to get 3 objectives as well because when Karazai retreated, he landed on an objective.
He's towing it.
He's towing it with his little toe.
Yeah, unfortunately, because of these guys here and because of the base size, he needed to push them off the board to get there. So he would, if he had stayed in combat, he would have killed them, but he wouldn't have got the tactic with him. So yes. But also by moving him, that's now over 25 inches away, so can't shoot it.
No.
This beast, I want to take it out. I want to redo my entire list. I'm tired of this list.
Okay, fine.
Anyway. So yes, scored 1, 2 more in tactic.
Yeah.
Bringing us to, it would be 13 points to 10 in Stormcast's favour.
Yeah.
But we're about to go into Big War turn 3. I did not... Oh, I did end in combat over here with 2, so I now go up to 18 Waaagh points. Thanks to little Homelander has been looking after the...
Oh yeah,
the dice.
He's just a mascot, isn't
He's
it?
just a mascot because unfortunately we're a legend. We know you're a legend, little guy.
Oh,
Anyway.
I've only just named him.
I've only just again, I know Bone Splitters are going to be playing till like 2015 July because they're getting a book, but they're consistently being taken out.
Sad.
And I'm kind of glad they've done it before I bought the army because I'd be really upset if I was like, I know a couple of people who have been buying units over the last year, and then their entire army's just been knocked off. There's a guy, I think it's called 52 Miniatures. He's a lovely guy on YouTube who paints and does kit bashing and stuff like that. And he's a really lovely guy to listen to. But he did a video the other day where he was just like, entire army that I've custom built with like he's hand printed like little army shields, so they're the owl cast rather than the Stormcast.
Yeah.
They've got little like Roman owl shields. They look really cool, but unfortunately he's left with 2 very well painted Storm Drake and a couple of Annihilators and Indrasta. But also his Indrasta looks fucking awesome, so I'd be like still win. But yeah. Anyway, that is the turn. I'm going to go to Big Waaagh turn 3 now. And we shall see how things go. Anything more from you before that?
No.
I need to point out you're on the edge of being salty, darling.
I'm on the edge. Sorry, my mind's wandering onto other things that I'm annoyed about that haven't got to do with Warhammer, and I'm trying to pull it back to the game. I'm getting really frustrated about next weekend, and it's gone into my head now, and now I can't get it out.
We will try to deal with this off camera, so Emma's not having to. We don't want to put the laundry on YouTube.
No, we don't want to put the laundry on YouTube.
No, it's just behind me on a rack.
You could see it if you want to, but at least it's clean and there's no pants on display.
Though if you want pants, we can do an OnlyFans.
So it's currently 13 to 10.
13 to 10.
You're about to take your turn.
Yeah, so I'll get a minimum of 1 point over there.
You get a minimum of 1 point here.
So I've got to do some cleverness here.
Yes. Well, if you move to attack these Annihilators, you'll still tow that. So
we'll see what happens. Yeah. So come back in a moment to see how things happen, and we shall see.
Yeah.
Bye for now.
Bye.
Welcome back to Big Waaagh Turn 3, the film that nobody talks about if we're in the Highlander series, because then this leads into the TV series. Anyway, damn you! Anyway, so we took wait for it, lads, as we started the turn with 26 points. I needed 4 points, which meant 4 charges or 4 people ending in combat. You'll see only one person ended in combat over here. You'll also see a lot of spaces and empty faces, because unfortunately,
empty chairs, empty tables.
Running with big bastard here.
I'm shaking with joy. Sorry if the camera's wobbly, guys.
Yeah, the other times it's just because you shoot at the camera.
Yeah.
I love you. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That was recorded. Everyone knows.
I know. Oh, I'm not a romance ninja anymore.
Anyway, Big Daddy ran in and tried to kill these guys. Did
They said no.
1 wound.
He did 1 wound. I know. That's weird though.
It's because you attacked first. So
yeah.
That was the stomp, and then you attacked him before I could do. Because I was too focused on putting all the gut rippers and gobsprack.
As I hoped.
Into Kalarzai.
If I achieve nothing else in this game, I'm just glad I've killed your big letters.
Well, he was on 6 wounds, so I was happy for him to die. He's done enough for me.
Yeah, I
was terrified of losing those guys.
I was I don't care
especially
anymore.
with Kalarzai was on 1 wound taken for the beginning of combat.
Yeah.
But with Arcane Bolt, a Mystic Shield, and a lot of slaps from both Gobsprack and the Gut Rippers, we managed to do 18 of 17 wounds needed, and we managed to take the boy down, and he put a wound back onto Gobsprack with his Blaze of Glory.
Just 1. He rolled 19 dice and got 1 6. Yes. I don't like those odds.
Also, what's happening, we had the shooters over here just move onto the objective to give me that back. We had the War Chanter over here slap the remaining Vindicta.
Yeah, he did.
The Jaws over here have gnashed at the Annihilators and took one down. And then the Relicta and the three brutes that are over here are having a bit of a back and forth. I've just got my boss chopper left, and the Relicta is on 1 wound remaining.
Yes.
So we come to the end of turn 3 for both of us.
Yeah.
And that leaves us with 15 to 13.
Yeah, in your favour.
My favour. So now it's round 4.
Yeah.
By the way, I know I've just been talking a lot over this to try cover out. If you can hear this, apologies. The other flat block opposite us is having a fire alarm go off, and I'm sure they're all following the procedures properly.
Yeah, I'm sure they're all standing
also
outside right now.
Sound is driving through my ears.
Yeah, so
Anyway,
we're trying to talk constantly. Sorry. La 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 la.
No problem for me. Anyway, that's 15 to 13 in my favour.
Yep.
Shall we roll off for round 4?
May I use one of your green dice?
I'll use one of your green
Yes.
dice. Not green dice,
One
blue
of my
dice.
green dice. I got a 2.
I got a 5.
I went first last time, but you won the roll off.
Yes,
so
so I'm going to double turn you at this point.
okay.
I think, because there's not much. So all you've got is him here
And those.
and here.
Yep.
So it's kind of, if I let you get onto things, you've already got. You could take this objective off me.
No, I don't. Oh, you
They
died.
literally just move.
They just move. Yeah.
So
sorry.
they
Oh,
go
you
on.
meant I would take it.
You
Yeah.
could take that off me. I'm just thinking of points. I can't think of a tactic you could do.
No.
But essentially, you're going to get
Kill my
one-
general. Is there that one? No, that's not a tactic.
You've got 1, 2, and a potential tactic for 4 points.
Maybe. If you kill my general, my next tactic will be reprisal.
I'll go for. I'm going to go for a double turn.
Yep.
Because I have an easy tactic potentially
Yep.
now
That's fine.
coming forward, and we shall see you in a moment for Big Waaagh turn 4.
Talks as if she's known him for centuries. These hip transfixes that she keeps on screeching. The solemn beam from his chest eyes pumping. The cowboys when it falls in a man. No rest for the winter when it's not in the hand. So what's no bounds and what's the heart for you? The cowboys when it falls in a man. You stay in hell when the rest is down. So watch your back 'cause I'm on the way for you.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to a very, very quick. You will have seen this in there. There's a bit more. The eagle-eyed amongst you will have spotted it. You get a D6 Waaagh points. Well done. And a blaze of
Roll
glory.
your own dice. We're not doing it for
Yes.
you.
So what happened was it was my turn 4 that we were filming, and then at the end of that was your turn 4.
Yes.
And then because essentially at the end of my turn 4 we realised it's kind of a talk it out. I'll show you why. Essentially over here I went for surround and destroy,
Yes.
and I've a great big green hand gawked my weird knob shaman over here.
Yep.
I've ran this Pesky kill bow over here onto the edge, and then I have essentially 2 units over there, but I went for the killer boss to get surround and destroy. I then also ran these boys onto here to get this objective here, which gave me 1, 2 more in tactic, bringing me to 20 to your 13 that you had. Yes, at the end of that point. Then you, and with the cheese, I did a little wheel around and took out 1 more annihilator.
Yep, so there's only 1 left.
1 left. That gave me 1, 2 more in tactic.
Yes.
Emma then took took her turn because we decided to talk out because she had those annihilators. The Relicta died
died in combat, so my next tactic was going to be reprisal to kill the unit that killed my...
So you killed my boy.
So my annihilators that you see there moved up to kill the brute that was here with Relicta, somewhere over there, with Relicta. They killed him, so that was my tactic, but there was no objectives because Steve had all 4 of them and I didn't have enough to spare.
So that brought you to 15 to 20.
So that was an extra 2 points for me. And then
we rolled for round 5.
We rolled for round 5. I went first?
Yes, because you ran onto this objective to take it.
Yes. So there was no tactics that I could do, nothing possible that I could do. So instead ran those annihilators you see there onto that objective to get an objective.
The cheese over here killed the final unit.
Cheese killed the final annihilator who was just there.
So that gave you 1 point, bringing you to 16, because both of Gobsprack and the Weird Knob are still alive, so you didn't get Slaughter of Sorcery.
Yeah, look at these wizard bastards.
Fucking
wizards.
I then took my turn and went for Intimidate the Invaders.
Intimidate the Invaders.
So essentially, as you can see it on the board, there's kind of a half-assed attempt at it, but the Gut Rippers stayed where they were. The Kill Boss stayed where it was. These two Manskewer Bolt Boys would run forward, essentially. Gobsprack did a 14-inch fly to come out of the objective. The War Chanter came over the edge. These guys stayed where they were.
Yep.
So I finished with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 versus my 1, 2, 3 in.
Yep.
So I get Intimidate the Invaders.
You do.
I get 1, 2 more in Tactic, bringing me to 25. And then I get Spellcasting Savant, thanks to Blind Pew being alive. So 28 to 16 at the end of the game.
The turn, yes.
Oh, Christ, that was
in terms of Path to Glory quest points, you've got some of those too.
Yes, I've got 1, 2... 2 points, which finishes my quest.
I get 1 for those annihilators being there.
Lovely.
And you get,
So I've finished my quest. You can spend a glory point to...
but I quite like... I find it really hard picking quests, so I'm just going to take my 1 quest point.
That's fine.
And then...
But you'll see that in a moment in the roll.
You'll see this on the screen.
Yes. So that, for now, is everything for May. Thank you very much for watching over the last few weeks. We hope you've enjoyed these games. Please let us know in the comments below.
If you have or haven't.
Be nice.
Be nice. Be kind.
Be constructive, not rude, is all I ask. I'm aware there are some fallings and some unfortunate things that are on the page, but also there's some quite good things, I hope. Anyway, if you'd like to let us know things, like, comment, subscribe, share us with your friends, share us with your enemies, in the words of the lovely master of the Roll Up D&D podcast he used to say a lot. Next game will be on the 1st of June. And will be... The book is here.
Book is here.
And also, we don't know at this point of filming how the wrap-up went, so do we know
we
the list is
don't.
going to fall through? It's limited resources!
Hey, I like that one!
The one that you put as game 4 in your 2 days to piss off anyone who's had a very heavy night on Saturday.
Yeah, I like that one, although there's a lot of concentration.
And that means that we would finish June with Spring the Trap.
Don't think I like that one. I don't know. But yeah, limited resources is good for
it. But with that, we'll already start saying it now, but there's 2 videos between now and a month of filming to let you know in advance. But as we say, depending on what comes out over June and July for 4th edition and also our feelings of the games, I want to try get some more ogres on the board because I need them I need 18 points to help us defend the Leicester shop. And so far, a lot of people have voted to destroy the shop. So I'm trying to help.
I'd like to vote to defend it.
You can still go in and sign up.
I can still sign up? Okay.
Yeah. I believe you have to get 18 points to do it, and they sign it off on your card. All you've got to do, if you're watching from home and you want to do it, is go into your local game store, see if they've still got the cards available. And all you're doing is you get a point for playing games, you get a point for building models in the army that you've chose. The big point box is building a spearhead or a vanguard box and painting it. And then you've got random hero, random unit, random anything.
How long have you got to do this?
Till the end of June, I believe, which is why I'm thinking July is where we're going to start seeing some things.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like a build-up to help people get ready for 4th edition.
Yes.
So yeah, I think over the next few months, if we're not filming it, I'm going to ask Emma really nicely and be like, I love you, please play a game.
Yes.
And it means I get to play my ogres.
Yeah.
But yes, and we can also talk about getting you on if you want.
We can.
We'll talk about that after the filming here. But yes, thank you very much for watching.
Thank you for playing, leading, doing.
Thank you for playing, leading, doing as well, and filming. We shall see you next week for limited resort. No,
next month.
Next fortnight.
Yes.
Or next month for limited resources.
Yes.
As it's currently... I think you've had 2 wins, I've had
2 wins. Yeah, it's 50-50.
It's 50-50 so there was. So those 10 points that I've lost from painting are the only thing keeping you in the lead right now.
I know, right?
Yes! And they're almost nearly done.
They're almost nearly done, so you might claw back that 10 points.
No, they'll stay off because
I know,
it's the tournament rule.
By the time we started.
Anyway,
Sad.
thank you very much for watching.
Thank you.
Until next time, it's been 0 days since your last nonsense. Bye.
Bye.